Hi, my name is Monique Johnson. Um, yeah, so um, when I first began this course, I believe that I had an understanding of communication and the interactions that comes with it. I simply thought it was just you talk, I respond. But after being in this course for these weeks, I found out that it's much more than that to having a conversation with someone. Excuse me. From being in this course, I often catch myself when I'm interacting with another person. I'm trying to analyze the conversation or see where the conversation might be going or what the conversation might consist of and how it will play out. It sort of feels like I'm trying to figure out the information that's going to be transferred between us before the conversation has started and ended. The most common communication context I believe that I'm in is in a small group communication, because whether it's at work or at home, I'm usually, you know, by myself, or I start interacting with like two or three people at one time. And during my conversations, now I find myself using the 5 principles of communication. I'm more aware of my communication, and I'm listening, to understand and interpret their verbal and nonverbal messages. At first, I felt like I would just listen, and my brain would be trying to figure out what I should say. Like, how do I put myself into this so that I can respond instead of letting them finish out what they're trying to say. Now I try to understand it, analyze it, then go back and have a response that's well put together. I also sometimes think about myself in the interactions, but not like I used to before. It's sort of to see why this person has come to me with this conversation. So I guess the self-awareness part of this course made me kind of evaluate myself as a person when I'm having a conversation. It's like, who am I in this conversation or in this interaction with the other person that they would bring this certain conversation to me? I think that I use the communication process, especially in my marriage, because after reviewing the stages of relationship development and dissolution, I kind of tried to put that into my marriage. I tried to see where we were in our relationship, with knowing that there are stages of relationship development. I think that has kind of made me, I guess, anxious in our relationship, because now I can tell, like, okay, we're out of the exploration stage. Is this the intimacy stage, or have we skipped certain things, or and do we go have we went to the end and we're at the individualization stage? I mean, it's just it feels like I'm going to know where we are when it comes to a certain stage. So some of the things in this class have been helpful, but I do feel like some of the things I should not know, because it feels like I know more than what the other person knows when I'm interacting with them. I catch myself pausing during conversations just to realize, oh wow, this was in my class, and I read this in my book, and okay, well, now that I know that, how do I use this to apply it to now? So sometimes I do feel superior in the conversation now because I have this class, and I really at first I have social anxiety, so it's kind of hard for me to speak to people. But since having this class, it's been a little better. I think everyone should take this class because it is informative and it teaches you how to understand and present yourself in a conversation, which is, I guess what we're all trying to accomplish. So by the end of this class, I hope to gain confidence in myself when speaking to a group of people, and I want to have not so much anxiety when it comes to interacting with someone brand new. And I believe this class will help me achieve that.